Hi, I'm Owen.
And I'm Lynn.
This is Maggie, our 5-year-old pup dog who loves to travel as much as we do. Today we're going to share with you some tips about the best ways we've found so far to travel around in our Travato camper van with our little baby, Maggie.
So, what's it like to travel around if you're Maggie? So, given a choice, I think Maggie would choose to ride in my lap every mile of the way. But that's just not comfortable for ours. So we've come up with a way that she can be close to us, see out the window, and not have to be in our laps the entire time. Here's what we've done to create a Maggie space while we're rolling down the road.
So we had to find something that would fit between the seats and would also be at the right height. My stand-up paddleboard fishing cooler turned out to be perfect for this situation. It would fit between the seats and it was almost at the right height. And it would double as a place that we could keep some dry storage like drinks and other things that we wanted to. So that was part one of solving this.
Next, we had to find a dog bed that would fit in this narrow opening, but also had the little sides on it that would keep her from falling out or anything. And it's really comfy. You want to get in it? So then at night, we also moved this down below so she'll have a place to chill at night.
Doesn't she?
With her chin.
Do you drive a lot, Maggie? Do you? Are you ready to go on another adventure?
I am, Daddy, I am.
So now when we roll down the road, Maggie will spend a little time looking out the window. But if nothing is too interesting for her, she'll crawl over to her bed and sack out for a long nap. Speaking of Maggie looking out the window, did you know the Travato front windows don't go all the way down? That's a bummer when you're a pup dog who likes to hang out the window and smell the next campground.
So not every day can be as cool as it is today. So our next topic is hot day safety tips.
So no matter how hard you try when you travel, you're eventually going to have to leave your pet in the van when it's hot outside. On those 90+ degree days, you just have to use common sense. So when it's 95 or more outside, we just try our best not to leave Maggie alone. We find things we can do together. But there are times when we just need to leave her in the van for just a few minutes. On super hot days, we try to walk at sunrise and sunset because that's the coolest time of the day. Walking at sunset or near dusk means that you need to really be careful about looking for snakes. Since Maggie was recently bitten and survived a bite from a copperhead, we're now very leery when we walk around at night. Walking at dusk, you need to make sure you wear good shoes, take a bright flashlight, watch where you and your pet is going to be stepping, and always be aware of the fact that there could be a snake there.
We go to a lot of national parks, and their new Bark Ranger program allows us to take Maggie to these parks. That way we don't have to leave her at all, and she loves hiking in these parks maybe more than we do.
No matter what though, every now and then we need to leave her in the van. So here's what we do to keep her safe when we have to leave her in the van without us.
We purchased a temperature monitoring system. The one we use is the Nimble Pet Monitor. It included a one-time purchase of the monitor and a yearly subscription to the alert system. What you get is peace of mind. We can check the temperature of the van at any time, and if it gets above a certain temperature, it'll start sending us text messages to let us know. And that gives us a lot of peace of mind knowing that the van is at a safe temperature for Maggie.
So when we do have to leave Maggie in the van, how do we keep her cool? Well, we can do it if it's a cool day with the Maxair fan above me, or we can leave the engine running and use the chassis air conditioner, or if it's really hot, we can use the roof air conditioner with the generator running. We'll talk about each one of those now. When the temperature is between 60 and 70 outside, we keep her cool with the Maxair fan. We just crack a window or two, turn the fan on, and lock the van. It's the easiest, fastest, and most economical way to keep her cool and comfortable. We'll be back in a minute, Maggie. Keep the van safe. So what do you do when you get to some place like a grocery store, or you have to go into the store for just a few minutes and it's 80 or 90 degrees outside? And what Lynn and I do is we leave the air conditioning running on the chassis, and then we go around and we go out the back door. That's a little bit tricky to do though, so let me show you how I do that. First, you turn on the AC to the temperature you want and get everything going just right, and you have to get out of the van. Come back around, get back in the van. You have to make sure all the doors are closed because it won't lock all the doors if any of them are open. There's a little button up here, press that, and that will lock all the doors. And the next thing you do is you tell your pup dog you'll be back in a few minutes, tell her how much you love her, and then you go out the back door. And then back here, there's a handle here that you can pull. Pull it once and it engages it. Pull it the second time, the door will open. And then you can go out this back door.
But wait, do you have the extra key?
Yeah, that's pretty important. And you have to close the door. And then you can take the actual key, not the fob. The fob won't work at this point. Take the actual key and you turn this, and that will lock that door. And now all the doors are locked, the air conditioning is running, and your pup is safe for as long as you have gas to keep the van running. So that's the trick to getting the Ram ProMaster to lock without doing any modifications to the computer system. Sometimes it's just too hot for the chassis air conditioner to keep things safe and cool for Maggie. During those times, if we have to leave her, the only thing we can do is start the generator and use the rooftop air conditioner. Starting the generator is not that difficult. You're just back here pressing on the start button. You guys know how to do that. Then the generator will start up, and then you turn the air conditioner on. And it'll stay safe and cool in here. And if the temperature varies, we'll know from the monitor. That the Nimble monitor will send us a text and let us know. And a few times we've had to come back to the van and adjust the temperature because of that. Keeping your loved one, your pet, just like Maggie, safe when it's hot outside comes down to a few common sense things that you need to do.
Park in the shade when you can.
Make sure you can safely and legally leave the engine idling or the generator running. If you do have to leave the generator running, remember it's louder than a NASCAR race car engine, so you have to park a long ways away from any kind of crowded area. Probably not a funeral home.
Like many of you, one of the main reasons we have an RV is because we like to travel with our pet.
Sometimes it makes it difficult to have a little pup dog like Maggie, but we wouldn't trade that for anything in the world, and we're betting you wouldn't either.
So what tricks do you guys have for traveling around with your pet? We'd like to know.
Leave us a comment down below and let others learn from the things that you've experienced. So stay tuned for more videos about how much fun Maggie has as Lynn and I chauffeur her around this round world in our little Travato.
Thanks for watching. If this video has been helpful at all, please give us a thumbs up.
Take a few minutes, click on the subscribe button if you haven't already done that. And if you want to know when we put another video up, and we try to do that at least once a week, click on the little bell notification and YouTube will let you know when we have another video up. And we'll leave you with some of Maggie's most favorite memories so far traveling around in our Travato van.
What are you doing?
PC should live my life.